All right, guys, we're going to come into a gorilla row. So this is a really big full body exercise. You're going to have the kettlebells in line with your toes and getting into a nice big hinge position. So if you're looking at me from the side, we're getting deep down just like we're going to do a deadlift. You're going to grab onto your kettlebells. You're going to push into one hand and pull with the other, using your lats to bring your elbow to our ribs and lower down. Then you're going to switch and down. So the key with these is to keep our hips low enough that our shoulders still stay above our hips. And it burns the legs, burns the glutes. We're holding ourselves up here. The biggest mistake I see people make with the gorilla row is they get their feet farther behind and they come into this position here and they're putting a strain on their back. You want to get your feet nice and close, get down nice and low. And you're pushing into the floor, pulling with the other one. Keeping the hips and shoulders as still as possible and down. Now, if you find you can't get into that hinge position from a lack of hip mobility, or maybe your legs just aren't at that, they just aren't that strong enough yet, you're gonna find something, again, to elevate the kettlebells. Could be textbooks, could be yoga blocks. And you're going to bring them so that they're a little bit higher off the ground. And you're going to come into that gorilla row this way. So it's a little bit easier, not going as deep into that hinge position to get into it. Now, if you're at home and you only have dumbbells, you're going to do the same thing, whether you're elevating them on something a little bit higher. But we need to be able to, ideally you would have maybe 4 yoga blocks or something that you could elevate on that's sturdy enough. If you only have 2, let's say, you're going to come into it, and you can always do one side at a time so that you still have something to push into. So you could do, say, 10 reps on one side, switch over, and complete the other side. I personally find the dumbbells a little bit bulky. They kind of get stuck on your inner thigh. Kettlebells are a little bit easier to do this exercise with.